I'm Jacob Nielsen, and I'm going to show you the huge improvement in image quality for artificial intelligence generated images in just a 2-year period using Midjourney as an example. And I made all the images I'm going to show you with the same prompt, which was to get a photorealistic image of a stage performance of a K-pop group with 3 members who are dancing in a TV production. And you'll notice that many of these images have not 3 but some other number, and this is one of the weaknesses of many of the current generative AI products. But let's start from version 1, and this is only 2 years between this and the much better pictures I'll show you at the end of this video. This doesn't even look like a photo, even though I asked for photorealistic. This looks like some kind of abstract art of maybe possibly 3 dancers, but who knows, it could be anything else actually. Just a little bit later, and now it's starting to look a little bit like an impressionist painting maybe of dancers on stage. Still not photorealistic. Version 3, even more so looking like an impressionist painting, but looking better, I would say, than any of the other 2. And this is just in, a few months in 22. Now, still in 22, all of a sudden 3 dancers, and they look like dancers. They look sort of like a bad photo or bad computer animation, but it doesn't look like an impressionist painting anymore. And the stage set is certainly boring. The dance moves are certainly not exciting. The costumes are not exciting and so forth, but it's starting to look like an actual picture. Version 5, now they look like people, still a little bit artificial. The dance moves are certainly not what you would expect from a professional K-pop group, and we have 4 dancers, not 3. But this is the first version. I would say this is starting to be images you could actually use for illustrating an article, let's say. And this was just a dot release, but look at how much better it is. Look at how much better the costumes look. Look at how the faces look almost like a real photo of real K-pop stars. Not, of course, you can still tell a little bit that maybe they look a little bit artificial, but not very much. This is getting close to really a great piece of AI-produced imagery. Now version 6, now we have all this in an interesting stage set, lighting, smoke, the posture of these dancers is kind of like how you could expect in a music video production. Like, for example, the symmetry of the way they hold their arms and so forth. So really, I think a very interesting, good-looking picture. And this is in less than 2 years from that terrible artwork I showed you in the beginning. Now, Midjourney also has a version called Niji, which makes anime-inspired artwork. And still, we asked for photorealistic for this example, and so it's not like an actual anime, but it has that kind of aesthetic to it maybe. And this is like the energy in this picture is just dramatically more than in any of the other versions I've shown you. So I will still count this as being 3 main idols and some backup dancers is probably how you could interpret this image. So it's good prompt adherence, even though it's much more energy, much better looking photography, or not real photography, but AI generated photorealistic images. Less than 2 years. I wrote an entire article about how this will dramatically change how individuals can be creative in the AI era, integrate a lot of different media forms in their creations. I think is very exciting. And this was just 2 years of image quality improvements. Just think about what we'll get in 2 more years.